And today we find ourselves down south, way down south, here at the Fairchild Tropical Botanic Garden. Oh yeah, very, very excited about this one. Open daily from 10 to 5. Looks like I'll be paying around $25 for today's adventure. All right, all paid up, $25, and we get a sticker to wear around to prove we have paid. And this is usually a very good place to start the map. This is a very sizable botanical garden. We're starting out right here at the tippity top, and we have a whole lot of ground to cover, lots of stuff to see and to do and experience. So without further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back. We're at the Fairchild Tropical Botanical Garden here in Miami, Florida. That's right, we are in Miami, way down south. A lot of things that are very exciting about this trip. First of all, it's kind of my first real time spending any amount of time here in Miami. I've been here a number of times before, but usually it's just either a drive-through sort of thing, or I'm here for a cruise or some other weird thing. So this is the first time I'm actually spending any significant amount of time here in Miami. And here at the Fairchild Botanical Gardens, this is number 1. Tippity top of my botanical gardens list in terms of places that I have been dying to visit. This is number 1, and I think it's going to be for a very, very good reason. This is a huge, expansive botanical garden, and from what I've heard and seen, it's one of the absolute most beautiful one here in Florida, and maybe even the whole country, depending on how biased you are. So I am super excited about this. It's been a hot minute since we've done some botanical garden tours, and I'm super excited to jump right back into it with this beautiful garden. So without further ado, let's get going. Let's go. So far, at least, it's been incredibly peaceful and incredibly beautiful. Also looking out with the weather, it's a beautiful day, nice and breezy, a little warm but not too warm. Perfect day to take a stroll in a beautiful botanical garden. And some really lovely trees around here. I think we're in the Arboretum section of it all. And per usual, with a lot of these things that we do on this channel, but especially botanical gardens, I really don't have that much of an idea of what I am getting into. I did not study the map. I don't necessarily know the things that they have here that I really want to see or anything like that. I just know from being in tune with the plant community and also doing research on botanical gardens in Florida in general, that this is one of the best ones. So I just figured I would just come here, and I kind of wanted to be surprised with it all. So no agenda, we're just going, we're walking, we're seeing what comes, what we come across. Whoa, and turn around and look at the view behind me. This is really beautiful. Nice open pathway here with the canopy of trees. Gorgeous. Oh, I see some desert dwelling friends over here already asking you shall receive. Here's a bunch of aloe in here, and it's even in bloom. A bunch of these are in bloom right now, which is pretty nice. That's a clump of aloe in there as well. They have a bunch of these plants in the desert section as well. I think it's called Aluwadia. I think that's how that's pronounced. It's from Madagascar, but I really like it. I like the tiny little leaves and then the spiny parts on it as well. That's pretty darn cool. Here's a bunch of it right next to this euphorbia, this huge euphorbia in the background over here. It's really neat. Look at those tiny little leaves. It's a really nice, lovely little pathway back here. Very, very southwest, especially with the bougainvillea. Actually, I don't think that's a bougainvillea, but there's a bougainvillea back over this way. There she blows. Look how beautiful she is. Very glorious out here, and clearly thriving in this climate too. And it does look like they do indeed have some cacti out here too. Not as much as they could, Fairchild Botanical Gardens, but you have some, and that's better than nothing. See a cute little rabbit's ear cacti over there. That is adorable. They're so cute. I love the cacti. Oh, and here's my favorite agave of all time, the Queen Victoria agave, which I have at home actually. It's definitely not as sizable as both of these, but it's growing pretty well nonetheless. It's my favorite one. It just looks so pretty. And it looks like we have an organic vegetable garden out here too. I think this is mint, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, oh wow. No, I think that's lemon something or another. That smells amazing. It smells very, very lemony in there. Yeah, this is very beautiful. Look how adorable this is. Goals. Someday I would love to have lemon balm. I think that's what that was. Someday I would love to have a cute little organic vegetable garden. Once I have space, once Tampa J and I have some space, then we can grow all of the oregano and fennel and sage and lettuce and all of that good, delicious stuff. Oh, and check out this broccoli here. Wow, this is amazing. I don't know if I've ever seen this just growing out of the ground like this. Holy moly. This is how, I guess, ignorant to the process that I am, but I didn't know that broccoli grew this huge. Also, hold on, we gotta pause because there's some birds over here. Yeah, I think we got a cardinal alert over here. Got a couple of cardinals digging around the vegetable patch here. This is what broccoli looks like when it's in bloom. Wow. That is absolutely insane. I didn't even know that it came into bloom, but there you go. Actually back at the visitor center now, and this is some kind of beautiful building, which by the way, they are definitely setting up for, I'm gonna guess, multiple events tonight. Holy moly, all of these candles I'm pretty sure are not normally there, and lots of people running around with carts and stuff like that. So this, I think, is gonna be the highlight for me. These greenhouses in here, one of them is a tropical plant conservatory and rare plant house, which is what I really, really want to see. There's also a fruit pavilion in there and all kinds of stuff. So we just got to figure out how to get from here down to here. I think we can do it though. Walking further down the path here, and it really opens up. Look at all of the palm trees. Holy moly, that is a lot of palm trees. Even for here in Florida, like an obscene amount. It's very beautiful, very Florida. This section in here called the Rainforest, I can see why. It is so green and tropical and full of plants in here. Huge, gigantic plants. This is lovely. Very, very peaceful. Oh, and they're pumping in the fog. Haunts on, as Tampa J would say. This is awesome. It's really, really giving you those rainforest vibes back in here. Not that they need any help with the humidity. It's relatively humid. Definitely not as humid as it could be, but nonetheless. This is actually one of the reasons why the Fairchild is so popular. Miami, it's humid, it's south. This is like Plant City down here. And the Fairchild is not the only botanical garden in this area. Miami is lousy with botanical gardens. There's like a ton of them there in this area, so I don't know, we're gonna have to check them all out at some point, but I wanted to start off big here and go with my number one botanical garden. This is really pretty. Okay, you may have heard of Fern Gully, but have you heard of Fern Glade? Because that's evidently where we are at, and I can see why. I already see like a bunch of ferns up in here. Oh yeah, they've got to absolutely love this. Wow, look how awesome this is. The sun reflecting off of the leaves, off of the mist. really pretty. I have to say this is my favorite place so far in the whole botanical garden area. This is beautiful. I love that they are misting in, well, mist into the, it gives the rainforest vibes. All of the plants are absolutely loving it and they look beautiful. Look at these huge monsteras here. Oh my gosh. This is a plant lover's dream, and really anybody who just enjoys nature. And maybe this is giving me Jurassic Park vibes too. Oh, look at all of these really beautiful orchids out here. How lovely. Very pretty colors. Never had an orchid, but it's definitely something that I want to dabble in. In any case, we have definitely found civilization. We found what we have been looking for. We're in the right place now. Oh, check it out. They even have food over here. A nice little cafe. The spinach and cheese empanadas, I gotta admit, that sounds pretty darn good. And more importantly, they have coffee. So we're definitely gonna come back here and get some coffee very soon. Okay, here we are. Tropical plant conservatory and rare plant house. This is the moment that I've been waiting for. And it looks pretty amazing. Check it out. They're even growing on the ceiling. First of all, look at this beautiful glass sculpture right in front of us here. That is amazing. Very beautiful and colorful. I really like it. It's really setting the tone in here inside of this greenhouse conservatory area. It's also got a bunch of fish. There they go. There they are. There's the fishies. They're really colorful and pretty too. Also, I have to point out this wall of plants here, which I really like. They are literally growing up the walls of their own accord, but they do have some plants in little terracotta pots in here, which is pretty darn adorable. I really like it. All right, stepping into an adjacent room here. Wow. I feel like I'm saying that a lot. Wow. But here we are, heading down these really cool steps, and again, just like another kind of tropical forest sort of oasis in here. Check out this plant here. It doesn't have a marker on it, so I don't know what it's called, but it is very, very striking. And then also here, these polka dotted ones are really cool too. You can also check out the different bacchia back there as well. It is pretty darn big. Again, it kind of doesn't look like it on screen, but it's very sizable and very beautiful. Inside of the rare fruit walk now, and it's raining in here. They have a rain system going on inside of here. It's kind of hard to see with the angle with the sun and whatnot, but you can probably hear it. Oh, that is very peaceful, very lovely. And check it out, there's some air plants up here as well. Lots and lots of air plants hanging out in the air like they like to do. They have just absolutely, once again, have to be loving it in here. If you want to have big, beautiful plants, get yourself a greenhouse. Easier said than done, I know. Or a skylight or something like that. That's what plants really, really want, is this environment in here where you can keep the humidity in, but they also get that nice sun, filtered sun through the roof there. And here's a beautiful begonia. I think this was the spotted plant we saw just a second ago. The name was eluding me, but yeah, it's a begonia. And this one here is in bloom. Well, that was quite lovely. I think I'm gonna go ahead and head back to the cafe, maybe get some food, definitely some coffee, and maybe do a little bit more research if I can. I don't have very good signal out here. But I'm gonna try to see what kind of plants are in there, like what exactly is rare and all that stuff. Maybe I can point some things out. No promises, but we'll see. In any case, check out, they got a Raven ZZ plant just hanging out in the open here. That's amazing. Alanis Morissette, you've got some big shoes to fill. Alanis Morissette is my Raven ZZ plant, by the way. I'm not talking to the actual Alanis. And here's a Staghorn fern on the side of this palm tree here too. I imagine we'll see quite a few of those as we continue onward. This one's very sizable. Whoa, but take a look at this huge staghorn fern. Oh, that may be the biggest one I've ever seen in my life. And we've seen a lot of staghorn ferns on and off this channel. It has a humongous chain that's hanging up this huge ball of staghorn fern here. Wow, that is amazing. All right, here are the goods. I went with the spinach and cheese empanadas. Can't wait to try that out, especially with whatever sauce, dipping sauce this is. And I got me the elixir of life, some iced coffee here. And I wanted to say that this video's coffee is thanks to Purple Green 65. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Really appreciate the kind words that you left as well. Thank you very, very much. Cheers. Hope you're enjoying this one. Okay, so as I'm sitting here, I finished eating my empanadas, by the way, and they were delicious. Just doing a little bit of research like I promised. And evidently, the Fairchild has been voted the best botanical garden in North America by USA Today and best outdoor attraction by Miami News Times. So it's actually considered one of, if not the best botanical garden in the country. Sitting in front of a mister, by the way, and it is lovely. Okay, we're back inside of the rare plant conservatory now. I'll just read off what I read earlier as I was sitting down. By the way, this humidity doing wonders for my sinuses. Anyway, it says on their website, Miami has a perfect climate for many kinds of tropical plants, but some plants from even warmer places can't handle our coldest winter nights. Additionally, some plants have precise water, soil, shade, humidity requirements, making them difficult to grow outdoors. Our tropical plant conservatory, historically known as the Rare Plant House, is where we grow plants that need extra warmth or other kinds of special conditions. Sometimes, to be cautious, we also plant our newest rare plant introductions here. Once we better understand how to care for them, we may move them outdoors. As a result, the conservatory is an ever-changing display of some of the rarest and most recently discovered tropical plants. So there you go. That's pretty much the gist of what this place is. Sounds like these are the plants that need the most care, essentially. Something else that I also learned in the research that I just did is that the Fairchild specifically does a lot of plant research here. Again, reading off of their website here, it is an affiliate of the Center for Plant Conservation, a national organization dedicated to the preservation and conservation of endangered U.S. species. And apparently the Fairchild holds quite a few very endangered, on the brink of extinction plants here. I'm sure they have all kinds, but specifically what I saw as well is their Cycad collection, apparently. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. But we'll try to find those. I'll try to point them out for you. I'm sure you've seen them before. They're a very like prehistoric kind of looking plant, and evidently their collection here includes representations of many of the world's 315 species and is one of the world's largest and most diverse collections with more than 700 plants. So that is pretty darn amazing. So I think the main takeaway here from this beautiful botanical garden is the fact that they're actually, I'm getting hit by leaves, is the fact that they're actually like trying to do a lot of good and working on plant conservation and research and doing a lot of efforts towards that, which I think is not only fascinating but of course incredibly important. I evidently got a lot of sun just now, I'm seeing, so that's fun. Anyway, let's keep going. This building here adorned with some lovely plants is the Fairchild Innovation Studio, and you may be able to see on the door too, but there's a NASA symbol. It's partnered with NASA, so they're doing a lot of plant research here as well, which is pretty darn amazing. Excuse me, sir, can you tell me where the cycads are at? You say it's directly to my right. Well, look at that, there they are. I don't know, they remind me of prehistoric plants, personally. I'm not really sure why. Maybe Ellen's Energy Adventure might have something to do with it. I think those were like everywhere inside of that ride. If you know, you know. But that's basically what it is there. So they have a huge collection of these kinds of plants. And it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day here in South Florida, in Miami. I think it's going to be a lovely weekend. I've been very much looking forward to this. And tomorrow, actually, if you may be wondering, where's Tampa J? Well, Tampa J is on his own adventure for a couple of hours while I'm here. I only have a limited time here in Miami, so we're trying to make the most of it while we can. And so he's doing his own thing. Make sure you check out that video if you haven't already. And tomorrow we'll be doing more stuff together, so I'm looking forward to that. And it looks like Ethel here had maybe a bit too much fun with the plants today. Not gonna lie, this was me on the car ride here. 4-hour drive to get here this morning. Hotels were so expensive that we had to skip out on leaving on Friday night, so we left here early on Saturday, and this was me in the car the whole time. Tampa J can attest to that. Very tired, very, very sleepy. All right, Ethel, I'll leave you to it. All right, we're now heading inside of the butterfly garden area. Going to very carefully open and close the doors. We don't want any butterflies getting loose in here. All right, here we go. Butterflies ahead. Reminds me of Hershey Gardens. Hershey Gardens also has a very lovely butterfly garden. I think that's the last time I've been in one of these. And as we're walking through here, we have to be very, very careful not to step on any. So we gotta look at the ground as we go, and also make sure we don't let any loose and don't touch any as well. Just let them do their butterfly thing. We got one here. Very beautiful, beautiful flowers, and beautiful butterfly as well. And they've got some cocoons going on in there as well. Some metapods. And there are a ton of them on top of these bananas that they've left out as well. The ones with the wings with the eyes on them. Just enjoying the bananas. Just like Tampa J. Tampa J likes bananas too. And I gotta check to make sure there's no butterflies on me. Looks good. Yeah, you can tell the sun is getting low in the sky, heading into 5 o'clock. This is a beautiful, beautiful botanical garden. I would have to say the prettiest one that I've ever been to. Really, really good mix of everything here. So, very pleased that I was able to come visit finally. We can start off this Miami visit with the beautiful botanical garden. One of the many here, I'm very, very, very sure. words on the ground can only mean one thing. The Florida skunk ape has purchased a ticket to the Fairchild Botanical Gardens and has been feasting on whatever these things are. I don't know what they are, but that's definitely what's on the ground here. It must have come from this one here, so I think he was just hanging out right here on this spot, enjoying the beautiful view out here at the Fairchild Botanical Gardens and chomping down on whatever this mystery fruit is. Wow, you heard it here first, folks. Skunk ape, Bigfoot, he's been here. Oh shoot. Okay, Mom, look away. I'm safely on the other side of this river here. Now, I've been walking all around this lake. There are signs everywhere saying be cautious of crocodiles, alligators, and there's one right there. As I've been walking close to the water areas, I've been looking very, very closely and cautiously to make sure I don't accidentally run into one, because I'm very scared of that happening. And check it out, there's actually one here in the reel, right across from us. This big guy enjoying the botanical gardens as well. Holy moly, yeah, that would have scared the bejeebus out of me if I walked up on that like these, I'm just gonna say it, foolish people are doing right now. Holy moly. All right, well, I'll leave you alone, Mr. and or Mrs. Gator. See you later. All right, well, with that, I think that's gonna do it for this visit to the Fairchild Botanical Gardens. This was an amazing, amazing trip. Very beautiful botanical garden, and I am so glad that we finally got to check it out. As I said at the beginning, this place, tippity top of my botanical garden list, and for very good reason. You know, all of the pictures and a tiny amount of video that I did see of this place, I was completely blown away, and I knew that I had to visit here someday. And it's amazing, absolutely amazing. We definitely did not see all of it for sure, but hopefully we got basically the highlights there for you. We will definitely be back. We'll have to come back with Tampa J as well, because I think that he would really like this. He'd really like this too. So as I said, we're here in Miami for a little bit, so we got some more adventures planned here for y'all. And yeah, I really appreciate you all watching. If you like this kind of content, whether it be plants or botanical garden tours, or even just kind of going to places and exploring, not really having an agenda, but just kind of going wherever the path, the wind takes us. I have a lot of videos like this, so if you want to check out more and check out my channel, it's a whole channel. If you want to subscribe, if you like what you see, I'd really appreciate it. And also there's a like button down below too, so if you like this video, it really helps me out if you give it a thumbs up too. So without further ado, thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Okay, goodbye everybody. Gotta figure out how to get out of here now, and then wait for Tampa J. He's about 45 minutes ish out, and this place closes very soon, so hopefully they don't kick me out too soon. Okay, bye everybody. See you later. Bye-bye. And as it turns out, this evening has brought us to Fudruckers. I haven't been to Fudruckers in a really long time, but Tampa J has never been to Fudruckers except for right now.
Fudruckers experience, and I have to say, I'm enjoying it so far.
Okay, good.
We'll try the food soon, but
yeah,
the vibe, it's rocking.
Loaded up on the toppings bar here.
Yeah, I just did pickles and like I think there's some sauerkraut in there too, and some onion, ketchup.
Well, I hope that you enjoy Fudruckers for your very first time.
About ready to Fudruck it.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier in the video too, make sure you check out Tampa J's video, because he was on his own adventure today. In fact,
very quick. It has something to do with the Fab Four there.
It just might. So make sure you check out that video if you haven't already. As far, we sure did, yeah. It really worked out. It worked out amazingly. It's like it was meant to be. But as far as this video goes, it is over. So thanks all for watching. Really appreciate it. We're gonna
give this video a thumbs up.
Gonna eat our food now, and then after that, I'm gonna redeem my Fudruckers coin here.
Ooh, we get a cookie.
For a cookie as well. Okay.
Cookie.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you very, very soon.